I'm Satish. I did complete my master's with ABBS back in 2014, and I started my career with Thomson Reuters and scaled up to join JP Morgan. I do pursue my PhD in forensic accounting. Pride is something that's personal responsibility in delivering excellence. I do mentor people back in my company. One good thing I did is I took MBA. I should thank Venkatesh sir. The leadership is all about trusting the people. That is something that the college trusted on me from the day one when I joined the ABBS. I stick to one particular line I read. The answer holds in the history.
In this episode of Changemakers by ABBS, we meet Satish Kumar M, Assistant Vice President Digital Product at JP Morgan Chase. He is a fintech leader, research scholar, and an avid reader. A proud alumnus of ABBS with a dual MBA in finance and human resources, his journey blends tech, strategy, and curiosity to drive purposeful innovation. Hi, Vikesh. I welcome you to Changemakers by ABBS podcast. Thank you so much for joining us in today.
Thank you so much for the invite.
So before we begin the actual conversation, would you mind introducing yourself and letting us know a bit about yourself, your journey so far, and also the work that you do?
Yes, I'm Satish. I did complete my master's with ABBS back in 2014, and it's 2012 to 14 batch. And I started my career with Thomson Reuters and scaled up to join JP Morgan. And currently, I'm part of digital mobile channels where we develop banking mobile app for JPM Chase, and I'm assistant vice president there and take care of the features like more of the home screen and the features. And about my background, also along with my career, I do pursue my PhD in forensic accounting, and I almost completed. I submitted my thesis for review, so probably in month or two I'll get my doctorate. Hopefully, I can defend my thesis. Provided I defend my thesis in a month or two, I should be able to get my doctorate as well. So yeah, both my career as well as I'm very much excited to learn new things. I tried different stuffs in my career and also in my personal life. I do read a lot in terms of books, and I don't fix myself into one particular genre of stories. Whatever I get, I read. So that is something that I inculcated myself, that I do not fix myself to read particular one book or something like that, or one author kind of. I did not get into that zone. So yeah, excitement, but curiosity, that is something I love a lot. So I'm very curious to learn. So that is one thing I take always myself. And one personal belief I do believe myself is something called as a pride. So the pride is something that's personal responsibility in delivering excellence.
Right, absolutely.
So only when I take a pride when I deliver excellence in particular field. So that is my always. Even I do mentor people back in my company. I do mentor to people. So always I keep saying to people that have this pride. Only you can take a pride. Only if you can deliver excellence. So that is something that I keep saying to my mentees. Yeah, that's a short brief about myself.
So, how has been your journey from ABPS to JP Morgan Chase, and how it actually shaped your leadership style?
So one good thing I did is always, even in these days, was speaking to my friends. The one good thing I did is I took MBA. So my MBA was not regular. Like I completed my graduations way before, and 2 years I worked after my UG. I worked for 2 years, and the decision I took bold is go back to studies, full time studies. So when you have a good work in your for yourself, so going back to the full time education for 2 years after working 2 years and going back to the education is something that it's a bold move I wanted to take, and really I should thank my parents for that, because my dad has said, "You whatever you wanted, do it."
Yeah.
So even taking my inspiration for PhD also, it's like you want to study, do it. So that is always my dad was keep saying that for myself, that you if you whatever you wanted to do, go ahead and do it. So the leadership is something that from Acharya, I should thank Venkatesh sir, Dr. Venkatesh sir. He was very much what appreciate, and he was with us any day he was with us. And what I can say is the leadership. He gave a freedom for me that I was asked. I can go to any college for the competition. He never said no for me, and that is something that he trusted. The leadership is all about trusting the people. So that is something that the college trusted on me from the day one when I joined the ABBS, and the trust, and also I can be vocal anywhere. So even talking to the director or any professor, nobody kept closed doors. Always they welcomed with open doors that talk.
Yeah.
That is something that the leadership, the first seed, I can say that everybody gave a like open door, talk more, participate. So from there, anywhere, I was very vocal in any position I took, and I never shamed away myself that to try something new.
Right, right.
So I did try everything and always put my hands up whenever there was opportunity knocked me, and I did not fear that should I try new one? Will I fail? I did not have that question for myself. So always I went forward, and from ABBS I joined Thomson Reuters. I joined as a financial analyst the day one, and from financial analyst I did not I learned coding later.
Okay.
So later, I did not fear that the coding is only for the software engineers. I did not have that kind of a thing. So I learned coding after the. That's the entry. That's a ticket for me to join JP Morgan. Uh, so I joined JP Morgan as a business analyst, and later now I work for a mobile technology. So I handle both Android and iOS. So Android iOS did not scare me because the basics of the coding helped me to understand what the developers are speaking.
Right, right.
So yeah, mix of everything. Like right time at the right place. That is something I always I believe, and that happens.
Yeah, and whatever you mentioned, it is actually a cycle. Someone has to trust you, and out of that trust, you get that motivation. And then, of course, like whatever you do, you excel in it and you get pride out of
Definitely,
your work. And then, once you are having that pride in yourself, then you get the courage to do more and take risks. I mean, it reminds me of a complete cycle, your life and your journey so far. So,
definitely, because unless you don't have people to cheer your success, what you'll do?
true. So you have done dual MBA in finance and HR from ABBS. So how does it actually prepare you for the fintech world?
So yeah, definitely. I was like when I took finance and HR, that's the least combination anybody picked up in the ABBS back in 2014. So if I can remember, finance marketing was the big combination that 100 plus people flooded to the entire classroom, and finance HR is a very small population, probably less than 30 or something. That what I remember back those days. And this combination is not that I hate marketing. It's more of human resources, more of you connect with people. What I learned from the time the dual combination is the finance. It taught me numbers, which I very much I love about myself. Anytime if anybody asks what you are, I will say that I'm a number guy. That is something that finance always was there with me, and human resources always required. It's not that you have to pursue you don't have to be HR. Tomorrow you are a leader in any company. You have to understand, stay empathy, and work with people. And you're not working for machines. You're going to work with people. So how to be a good leader? That is something that you have to learn, and that's a combination. Today also, I'm very proud to say that I did HR, and this dual combination really helped me to be any. You don't have to be a leader, even to be a peer, good peer. You have that. You should have that. But that is something that I learned from my HR.
Right, right. So you're working on JP Morgan Chase mobile app. So what is that one feature that you're really proud of and why?
So yeah, as a product managers, we don't have sentiments on the features. The reason is many times we don't. I don't directly work on the customer facing application. If the customer does not like it, you have to kill that feature. So recently, what we did is we spent like 6 months in discovering. Okay, this will really solve a solution for our users. to solve a problem to users, and we spent like 6 months of time and launched a feature, but turned out to be just last week happened. User did not like it, so we have to kill. So it's not that we enjoy the journey of solving a problem, rather loving a feature.
Right.
So that is something that you should always be being a product manager. The one thing is you have to do is always focus on solving a problem to the user, not loving your feature. And that is, and not just the bad side, the good side also. Last week we launched one feature, not like a big feature kind of, but really solved a problem, is contact us. So many times in the digital world, you have solution for everything, but it is all scattered.
Yeah.
So in a mobile, in a small screen, you have to make sure that the user uses the feature and gets the maximum benefit out of it. So what we did is in the contact is this is something it's also benefited JP Morgan in a big way. We launched something called as contactors. The contactors always we wanted don't want the user to reach to us directly. The problem is it costs us. Anytime a user calls the back office, every minute the JP Morgan spends $4 for it. It's a toll-free number, but who spends that toll-free number value? So every minute it's an average user engagement is 4 minutes. So $16 gone for a toss in just for one call, and we get millions of calls. Our solution is stop them from calling us so that JP Morgan can save that
Right.
time. It's not that we don't want to stop completely a user, but there is already a solution. You don't require the user to solve that problem.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So what we did is wherever we did a market research, like pulled all what is why the user is calling the gym. So we listed like the top five listed just top five answer problems. We got it under self service within the contactors. First screen, try solving yourself. On the second screen, we asked if you don't find solution the screen one, go to the screen two, call us. That one change, uh, typically I can if you want to equate on terms of money and FT, we said 60 FT and 2.5 million in a year. So being a product manager, you don't have to reinvent a wheel. You don't have to give a big solution. Just a simple solution like pulling what user problem can I get it on the first screen and close the loop.
Yeah.
And 2.5 million.
Right. Basically, ease of life for customer as well. Yeah. So, okay, you are a certified Scrum product owner, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Scrum.
Scrum.
Okay, so you're a certified Scrum product owner. So, how does it influence in making like digital product innovation?
CSPO in short we call it as Scrum Product Owner. So basically, the Scrum Product Owner is from the Scrum Alliance from the US. So this certification is more of it gives you Scrum is basically it's one of the software development one of the methodology within the software development cycle. So being I'm not a completely a tech guy. I pursued my UG also with business management in finance and MBA in business management again in finance and HR. So I'm not from I am nowhere from the technical background. So if you want to talk to developers any day, every day, you have to like I sit on a floor of like hardcore engineers sitting everywhere. I manage both Android and iOS. I have to know what they talk. So the CSPO it's more of it gives you a mindset as a what is agile methodology, and what are the different software development methodologies you have, and that is my entry ticket. So when I joined JP Morgan for the 3 years, I was like I joined as a business analyst, and more I was in the data side, like more of statistical data and calculating productivity improvements. So that is something that I was always was working. So to get into the technology, I did my certification. This is part of my career growth. Upskilling is something that always you're required. So in order to enter into product management, I thought let me learn what is that like learn about the software development, agile, and so on. So certified Scrum product owner CSPO is something that gave me like a window to know what the development is, the software development is all about.
Right. So you're already on a tech-heavy role, or you're managing a tech-heavy role. So what inspired you actually to do or pursue a PhD in forensic accounting? I mean, what exactly actually motivated you? Because
This
nobody will take that path absolutely.
Definitely. This is a common question I get always, like why PhD? Instead of even getting deep dive into the topic, why PhD is something that people keep
Yeah.
asking me. That is something that the curiosity is what I wanted to say. Always, I wanted to pursue, keep learning. So PhD after my masters, I wanted to do something. Okay, I want to do my PhD. So and the interesting field I love about is fraud management. So any country, any economy in this world is really having the negative side is just because it starts from the fraud in any economy. So that is something that I loved about it. And forensic accounting is more of detecting and also preventing the fraud. And this, when I proposed this, I got my when I got my admission into Bangalore University for the PhD. And when I proposed this topic, my guide said, "No, you can't do it because you'll not get data to complete this
Yeah,
thesis. This is not something that easily you can do it. But I still trusted myself that it's not, if I can do, if it is, you want to do something easy, pursue another degree. Why you want to do a PhD? Because PhD is more of, it's not, you write an exam, you pass, you get your
yeah.
certificate. It's not that. You have to do your research, get into the field, learn from the people.
Giving back to the society. PhD is more
Definitely.
about giving back to the society. Yeah.
It's more of you connect with the people. It's not that you read from just books. Yeah, we have to do lots of reading in order to handle the like what already been studied. So for this forensic accounting, I did connect with police officers, economic crime divisions, and companies. My topic is more of forensic accounting, how I can use a forensic accounting to prevent a fraud in a multinational companies. And I did a couple of research papers on similar grounds, so which really helped me. And is it connected to my career? The answer is no. But still, the statistics I learned during my PhD, it's more of you have to learn about all your statistics. That's really helps to validate your hypothesis. That is something that really helped me. Today, we do lots of experimentation. When we launch a feature to a real world, you have to experiment. You have to see what is statistical. Is it significant? So today, if I'm speaking to some of and my team, we call it as a quad team. So in any JP Morgan, we have something called a squad. So the four teams: product, development, data analytics, and design. Because it's more of a user facing. The design of app, data analytics, product management, and we have development, software development. So if I want to speak to data analytics partners, and today they speak about what is your hypothesis, what is the significance we have to draw. So today I can speak to them very confidently. That is something that I learned it from my PhDs today. Even and my quad partners, data analytics, everybody have PhD. So I have like six people, all have PhD in data science.
Right. Right. So you're more of like doing PhD out of passion, though obviously it will help you in your career and upskilling, but still more of a passion. You're doing PhD.
Yeah, that topic something drive me, and trust me. Initially, when I completed masters, joining a multinational company is not my first choice. Even I did not take up the campus interviews back in ABBS. My initial career choice was to join teaching field, and but I took my friend for an interview, and I was supposed to attend an interview in Thomson Reuters. That is how I entered, and later it's joined. And always I had something that I had to do. I want to be in a teaching field, so that is why it was like I wanted to be more connected to academics. That is something drive me, and PhD was, yeah, out of passion, interest, and curiosity to learn new knowledge.
Right, right. So we are living in digital transformation era. So, how do you think that what are some skills that can set apart the product leader and also makes them to stay relevant in this transformation era?
Yeah, so when I joined in a digital era, you don't have to be really a hardcore techie. The thing is, you work with the people. Whether it's a software engineer or the operations, I had a like balance of 5 years, 4 years. I worked with operations and later moved to the technology world. So working with the people, it's all about you have to have empathy with people. With empathy, you can reach out to people, ask. And today, I speak to developers. They never felt, okay, this guy does not know technology. Why should I keep convincing him? That never happened. The reason is I connect with people with the empathy. That's they're okay to share their knowledge. When you connect people with empathy, and they're okay. They talk lots of all jargons like when I went entered, it's all about iOS and Android. They speak about all Java, whatnot, Shift. They speak every day. It's more of that. And being a product manager, you have to answer their questions. Okay, what segment I have to consider, which target users we have, and they don't ask like that. They ask in terms of is a checking our code or saving code. This literally show a piece of code. You answer me, what should I do it on the code? Hey, I'm not a developer. It's your job to write the code. For me, it's more of I answer your questions. Ask me in a plain English, I'll answer you.
Basically, giving it a shape. I mean, skeleton can be prepared by the coder or the developer, and product leaders should give it a shape. So that's what
It's
you're
more of
saying.
a giving a directions, like
Yeah.
being a product manager, take a role. Don't get scared of you don't know the technology.
Mhm.
The only thing, trust yourself and focus yourself in solving the user problem.
Yeah.
So user, that is not something technology. Solving a user problem is more of empathy. So even convey the same thing to the developer, they will build it. The coding is their brains, so they'll write the code. But stick to your problem statement.
So you're an avid reader that you had mentioned in your introduction. What are some books that you would like to recommend to a ABBS student that will shape their career?
So always when you said don't recommend a textbook, that's what Dr. Venkatesh always did. He always asked us to carry a book with us, not just carry. He used to ask us, "What did you learn from it?" Book reading session is something that we added back in. I don't know whether today we have it. Book reading session. So back in those days, 2014, we had this book reading session. Dr. Venkatesh used to stand at the entry of the gate. Before entering, he'll ask, "What book you are carrying?"
Yeah.
If I want to recommend, it's not about the recommending the particular book, but I stick to one particular line I read. The answer holds in the history. When I say the answer holds in the history, you pick any uh, like biography or any books which have a historical significance. Take that and read from it. Whatever problem you say that it's not take away even 10 years 20 years down the line, have the answers what you want to solve in the history. It is not something that which is not solved. The problems are nothing new. It's a cycle. The same problems will occur again. It's more of read all the historic books so you know whatever in PhD also. Before we conduct an actual study, we do something called review of literature.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Yes.
review of literature, it's very important. Without knowing what is actually done, you cannot solve, you cannot do a new, you cannot study a new thing.
Yeah. Because we cannot identify the gap. So that.
True, the review of literature really helps me. What is a gap? And also, the fun part is you'll always have an answer. You would have thought I'm solving a new thing, but it would have been already solved in some research papers, some books. So always go back to your basics, learn historic books, learn about people, pick a leader's book. It can be of even Abdul Kalam's book or Martin Luther's book. So learn about them. What is that they wanted to, what they said to the society. Pick a lines from that. So that really helps. Martin Luther biography is something really good to read about it. It's a good read, and maybe tomorrow you work in a corporate, you can literally when you're talking to people because if you're a leader, many times you are asked to deliver a speech in front of a big audience, literally it will showcase yourself as a big leader from the lines you can pick from those books.
That's true. That's true.
So history is always something that I'll follow, and for all, including myself, historical books, pick it up, not just picking up, read, understand, and use those lines in your real life.
All right, it was really a wonderful conversation and insightful too. Thank you so much for joining us in today, and thank you so much for giving us your time from your busy schedule. Thank you.
Thank you so much.